All right, the chair lays out House Bill 2470 and recognizes Representative Verdell to explain the bill.
All right. Thank you, Chairman and members, for the opportunity to present this bill. My bill updates the Texas Code to reflect recent rulings by the Northern District of Texas and the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, which reaffirms the constitutional right of 18 to 20-year-olds to carry a firearm. These courts have made it clear this age group has the same Second Amendment protections as those who are 21 and up. Texas now issues license to carry to residents in this age range, but our code is yet to be updated to match the legal reality. There are approximately 1.6 million Texans between the ages of 18 and 20. They are legal adults, many serving in our military, attending college, and entering the workforce. They deserve the same constitutional and inalienable rights as every other adult in our state, including the right to defend themselves. If a 19-year-old woman perceives an imminent threat to her safety, she should not be denied her right to carry a firearm solely because our statutes haven't caught up with the law. Criminals often target college-age women, viewing them as soft targets. We should not make it harder for potential victims to protect themselves. I find it shocking that anyone would oppose empowering women to defend themselves from a would-be attacker. The Department of Justice has found that individuals who are unarmed, female, small in stature, elderly, or distracted are disproportionately targeted by criminals. For those who fall into those categories, the ability to carry a firearm can mean the difference between being a victim and being able to defend themselves. Some argue that young adults are too irresponsible to be trusted with this right, but the data tells a different story. 97 to 99% of 18 to 20-year-olds do not commit crimes. It is unjust to strip away the rights from the overwhelming majority because of the actions of a few. We don't accept collective punishment as a principle in any other area of civil rights, and this should be no different. I urge my colleagues to support this bill. Let's bring our code into compliance with the Constitution and the courts. Let's ensure that all adult Texans, regardless of age, are able to exercise their right to self-defense. Members, thank you for your time, and I want to reserve the right to close.
All right, members, any questions? All right, we'll reserve your right to close.
Thank you, Chairman.
Just a reminder, everyone, we have a hard stop on 2 minutes for testimony, and so we'll get right in there. Chair calls Brett Cross. I show you registered as Brett Cross, testifying on behalf of yourself and against the bill. Is that right, Mr. Cross?
Yes, sir.
All righty, proceed.
My name is Brett Cross. My son Uzziah was just 10 years old when he was shot to death at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. You see, the shooter had tried and failed to purchase a firearm illegally for many years because Texas wouldn't do anything about the age for ARs. Just days after his 18th birthday, he walked in and bought actually 2 ARs and hundreds of rounds of ammunition, and walked out with the power to end 21 lives. Had he not had the ability to purchase those firearms, he couldn't have killed my son. And now this body is considering whether to make it even easier for people that age to arm themselves with handguns. Like, if 18-year-olds are not emotionally mature enough to legally rent cars, buy alcohol, gamble, buy tobacco, then why in God's name are y'all willing to gamble with our children's lives by contemplating that they should be able to purchase the firearms? Plus, how many 18-year-olds do you see here asking for the capability to? Handguns are the most commonly used weapons in suicides and homicides. Giving easier access to them in an age group already at higher risk for violence and suicide is not just irresponsible, it's downright reckless. All it takes is one moment of rage, one moment of despair, one wrong decision with a gun to shatter families, schools, and communities forever. And you know that. You've seen it in Uvalde. You've seen it in Santa Fe. You've seen it in El Paso. You've seen it in Allen. My son should be at home right now playing video games with his siblings. Instead, he resides right here in this bracelet. Lowering the handgun age won't make Texas safer. It'll only make more funerals, more heartbreaks, and more empty bedrooms. So I ask you as a father, as a Texan, as someone who has already paid the highest price for inaction, do not lower the handgun age to 18. You have the power to prevent the next Uvalde. Use it. And if you don't, prepare to be unseated from your luxurious chairs because every drop of blood will be on every single one of your hands.
Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Cross. Chair calls Javier Cazares. Did I pronounce your last name right, Mr. Cazares?
It's close enough, sir. Thank you.
All righty. To show you registered as Javier Cazares, testifying on behalf of yourself and against the bill.
Yes, I'm against the bill.
Proceed.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Javier Cáceres. I am the father of Jackie Cáceres, 9 years old, and uncle of Annabelle Rodriguez, 10, both killed along with their 17 friends and 2 teachers on May 24th, 2022. My question to you is, who up there is okay burying your child? Can you please stand? Maybe you didn't ask, maybe you didn't understand my question. Can you please stand if it's okay to bury your child? I don't see anybody standing. So this So this says very plainly that you know what's happening out there, and you don't want it for you. So I want to know why you're willing to accept it or to allow it for others. We sure didn't want it, but it did happen, and we did bury a 9-year-old daughter. Putting handguns in, I'm sorry, I get a little shaky here, I'm sorry. Putting handguns in the hands of 18 to 20-year-olds, like Brett said, it's not the answer. It equals more death. Who's to say that one day an 18 or 20-year-old comes in here legally and lives out their murderous Call of Duty fantasies? So this bill, again, is going to allow 18-year-olds to buy handguns. They already have ARs going to school and killing our children. Again, Brett said a good example. If this bill passes, are you okay with the blood on your hands? Thank you.
Members, any questions? Thank you for your testimony. Chair calls, is it Milan Narian? He had to leave? Okay, we'll show them registered against the bill, but not testifying. Chair calls Gary Zimmerman.